guys, what's up? So it's been a few days since I made my last video, almost a week, and I wanted to wait a little while because I'm doing these videos for people who are considering having this surgery and also to keep, all of my friends and family in the loop. So I wanted to wait a few days so that I had, a few more insights and whatnot to actually give people who are considering having this surgery. So first part of this video, I'm going to let you know what I've been up to. And the second part of the video is going to be some tips that I've got, from my experience over the 10 days now of my recovery. And so let's get started. I've got my notes on my phone here instead of on my computer. So the first thing I want to talk about, since the last video, I had my 1-week consult with my surgeon and with one of his nurses, and yay, the staples are out. So I had staples all around my incision in my midsection. There were more than 100, less than 200. The nurse was so impressed with how my incision looked. Said it was healing great. She was surprised that my energy levels were so good. The surgeon came in, took a look, took a lot of pictures of me naked, which was a little uncomfortable, but he was really happy too. Mostly what he was happy about was when he had asked me, what have you been up to? And I said, well, I haven't been out of my condo for 6 days. He was ecstatic. He was really happy that I'd been following his orders, not exerting myself at all. And he told me at that point, based upon my energy levels, that he was fine with me actually driving once I got home. So I was really pumped about that. For anybody who's considering having this surgery, this isn't going to be one of my tips, but here's something you're going to want to know. When you're stapled all the way around there, the staples are a little uncomfortable to have in you at times. Some of them get caught on things. They really pull at your skin and it's painful. Not as painful as a bee sting, more painful than a mosquito bite. Let's put it within those boundaries. And taking them out, that was really something. She said I did really well during it and got through it with no problem. Very little bleeding, which was great. But that's something I wasn't expecting. I had forgotten how it felt to have those staples out. So just something for you guys to know. Since then, what have I done? Well, I came home on the same day that I had that appointment. And taking the train home, it was a good experience. It was my first time really being out, and I took advantage of, the fact that people are very kind. I had my Uber drivers lift my bags for me. I had the Via Rail conductors lift my bags up into the train and off the train. That was awesome. My friend Sandy generously and graciously offered to pick me up from the train station and drop me off at home, and she lifted my luggage in and out of the car, and that's 33 pounds. I mean, it was not a small thing. One thing I recommend is don't overexert yourself, and I'll talk about that later. Now, having said that, the next day I was exhausted. It didn't occur to me, that just sitting up straight for that amount of time actually takes a lot of energy. And then today, I actually did a little bit more. I thought, what? I'm preparing to host my family's Christmas on Monday. It's Saturday right now. I've got to get my butt in gear. So I did a little bit of cleaning around the condo and then went out and did a little bit more shopping. Had to buy a few Christmas essentials like booze. I was out for about 2 hours today and I'm feeling it right now. And so that's what I've been doing for the past four days. And it's been great so far. For anybody who's thinking about having this surgery, you probably got from what I've been talking about, my biggest piece of advice is going to be don't overexert yourself. For those of you who know me, I have a little bit of a Superman complex. What I've had to realize is that I've got a whole army of friends and family who love and want to support me and who are out there willing to help. So that's my first piece of advice. Don't overexert yourself. Second piece of advice, do everything that your doctors and nurses tell you to do. And sometimes they don't make sense to me, but when I really think about it, behind them, these people care. So even as far as my stepmom, who's a nurse, I wanted to take a shower on the second day after my recovery, wash myself off, and the nurse told me that I could do that. And my stepmom said, for God's sakes, you are not getting in the shower. I don't want you slipping in there. And so, I had to take her advice and just kind of sponge bath myself by the sink. And a couple people actually asked me, what are those socks you were wearing in your previous video? And you'll see that I'm actually wearing some socks right now that go all the way up to my knee. They're compression stockings. Basically, they prevent blood clots from forming in your legs, circulating through your body and getting into your lungs. So I'm wearing these. I hated the ones from the clinic, but the doctor told me to wear them. I wore them until I got home, and as soon as I got home, I changed into my own. Pro tip, pick yourself up a couple of pairs of good compression stockings. They don't have to be expensive. I think these were 30 bucks. And the other thing my doctor told me to do, which I hated for at least the first week, was to always wear my compression garment. My compression garment basically goes from my crotch all the way up nearly to my pecs, and it keeps everything in place where it should be. The compression really helps the muscles in there. Now, for the first week, men who are having this done, if you've got one that goes, all the way under like underwear, your nuts are gonna hurt like hell. Mine did for about a week. It doesn't happen when you're up and moving around. So, as much as possible, get up, walk. That'll definitely help with that. When it was really hurting a few days ago, I thought, no, you know what? It's done in the dryer, but I'm gonna leave it off for another hour because it's really uncomfortable and I want my nuts to get back to their normal size. Bad idea. After that second hour, I tried to get up from my bed, and the pain in my muscles down there was amplified by 10 times what it should have been if I had been wearing the garment. So make sure you do all the things your doctors and nurses tell you to do. The third thing is proper nutrition, proper hydration, proper medication. One thing I didn't realize, and my friend Julia actually brought this to my attention, is because they've done liposuction on me, my fat reserves are a little bit depleted. And one of the reasons I might be feeling more fatigued is I don't have that energy to draw upon anymore. So you're gonna need to get the energy in your diet as well as good protein. You need good protein for healing. You need to stay hydrated. One of the things that I've been realizing lately is by sleeping on my back, I can't sleep on my sides. I'm normally a side sleeper, so I have to sleep on my back. It sucks, and when I do, I'm like, my mouth is constantly open. In the morning, I have been waking up with just the worst cotton mouth ever if I haven't hydrated myself well. And then medication. I mean, it just stands to reason that they're giving you these medications for a reason. I'm on a blood thinner every day, again, to prevent the deep vein thromboses. I'm on extra strength Tylenol now. That's all I'm on for the pain. And these things are important. I mean, when you've gone too long without them, your body definitely knows it. So keep well nourished, keep well hydrated, keep well medicated, do everything your doctor tells you, and you're gonna do great, and don't overexert yourself. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Your love, support, and encouragement have meant the world to me. I could not have done this without you, and it's so awesome to have you along for the ride here. I want you all to know I'm doing great. The one thing I did learn recently is that my swelling's not gonna go down for at least a month, so that's something I didn't know, and for people to keep in mind. But that means I won't be posting any pictures of myself until I get some real results. So going forward, I'm not going to be doing daily Facebook updates anymore, probably every 2 or 3 days. I'm not going to be doing videos every, 3 or 4 days. It'll probably be every 5 to 10 days, or, when I have some insights or epiphanies to share for people who are thinking about having this done, or when I'm starting to see some real results so that you guys can actually see what it looks like when I have a flat, beautiful, svelte stomach. Thanks again for joining me on this ride. I really appreciate it, and I look forward to the future to giving you guys another video in about 5 to 10 days. Bye for now.